All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. So, I guess tonight's live stream, we're talking about a food shortage warning. Also, before I get too in depth, how does it sound? Anyway, food shortage warning. So, I watched a YouTube video earlier today. God, I can't remember the name of the guy, but it was an Asian dude, and he got his report. Obviously, I did some digging around online, and it looks like things are going to start getting um, I won't say bad, but interesting come next year. So obviously, guys, I know that some of you guys are reporting that certain foods. Thank you guys for the 5x5. Thank you, Christian Prepper and Old Town. I know that some of you guys are reporting, or at the very least, leaving comments in the comment section that your supermarkets and stores are not getting the food that they had before and even during, Mr. 19. And even after things got better, you guys are still not seeing the returns of certain items. That being said, I also listened to Pinball Preparedness. He had a video earlier today where he talked about pretty much the same thing. This live stream tonight is going to dive a little deeper into what's going on and why it looks like it's going to happen. Again, it's a higher probability. Uh, Nothing is well. You can't say anything is certain, but you can absolutely, prepare for it, at the very least, take note on it, and then keep it in the back of your head. Now, I know some of you are going to mention the whole UK thing that happened today. I'm going to talk about that tonight on the Angry Truth channel. So, from what I gathered, I think there'll be more information coming out over the next couple of days as to the exact reason. The reason they're giving us now, I'm not buying it, but yeah, whatever. Ghost Shura, what should you stock up on? I would stock up on anything you eat, for the most part, and I would absolutely, being that I started it, uh, start canning, start putting food away in that manner as well. Uh, is it going to get Are prices going to skyrocket with food? Probably, most likely. Will we see a bad food shortage here in the United States? I don't know. We will see certain fruits and vegetables, not in the stores, but I don't think it's going to get bad like 10 countries that are actually 45 countries that are probably up shit's creek without a panel. 10 countries that are going to ask for emergency food assistance. So we will get up. We will get to that in a bit. What's going on, Naughty? And hopefully, go Shara. Just stock up on what you can, especially while there's still food on the shelves. Sorry, while there's still food on the shelves. Um, Obviously, I say go with canned goods, but if you can can your own stuff, guys, by all means do that. You know exactly what's in that jar, right? So, and I think it's a little cleaner of food if you can your own shit. That being said, again, guys, just start doing it. Also, rice, start bagging rice away, and also corn seems to be an issue. I don't know, kernels. Maybe if you love popcorn that much, freeze dried corn, right? Or I wouldn't freeze dry it myself unless I had a freeze drying machine. But you should look into stocking that kind of stuff away. Grains, stock a lot of grains away because that looks like that's going to be come another issue come probably the next couple of months. So let's get into what I gathered up all over the internet. And some of these numbers are probably going to change. So, the one thing, guys, a lot of you have been noticing, we have been getting uh, the recession warning again, right? A lot of big hedge fund guys, banks are warning about a a recession that's right around the corner. You have just Jeff Bezos, Jamie Dimon from J.P. Morgan, the CEO, and David Solomon, the CEO of Goldman Sachs. You also have two banks that are in pretty deep waters: Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank. Those two are seeing some bad returns, and they are actually losing a lot of money, and they're losing clients as well. So obviously, if they lose clients, what goes with the clients? The money. So we're seeing a financial problem on one end, and yeah, John McGill. That's the crazy thing. By definition of a recession, we're already there. But of course, leave it to the Biden administration to sit there and go, well, not really, because we added two jobs. Whatever the stupid mumbo jumbo they came up with. But now every other CEO is throwing their hat in the ring and talking about, oh man, this is going to get bad, and then they tell us why. Um, Recession is fun. Recession could be fun depending on what end of the uh, recession rope you're on, right? So if you're on the poor side, it's not going to be fun at all. But if you are stocked up, ready to rock and roll, it could be. But that's individual shit. So anyway, guys, Bloomberg economists forecast 100% chance of a recession next year, and they said probably the middle of next year, so somewhere around May or June. Right? They said that some people are saying it's just going to be a recession, and other people are saying that the recession is going to be something worse. Now, the only thing worse than a recession, guys, is a depression. There is one CEO, I forgot of what bank, he is warning that there could be something worse than a recession. He might as well just say depression, but he doesn't follow it up. He just says it could be very bad. Uh, One guy, a CEO of Bank of America, Brian Moynihan, thinks that there might not be a recession due to the healthy finances of customers and businesses. This is one guy. You have multiple CEOs and owners of businesses saying, "Hey, this shit's about to get ugly." BlackRock, if I'm not mistaken, one of the CEO of BlackRock made mention of a recession a couple weeks ago. So everybody else is like, "Listen, it looks like we're headed towards a recession." This guy's like, "Well, on the brighter side, customers have more money and they're spending more." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I mean, again, maybe he's blowing smoke up our ass, or maybe he's telling the truth, and everybody else is blowing smoke up our ass. Who the fuck knows? Um, Job cuts, guys. A lot of you that are in the private sector, you got to look out for this, especially towards the end of this year. They love to do job cuts right before the fucking holiday season. So some of you guys will be eating turkey spam for Thanksgiving. Um, Jobs are being cut, will are starting to be cut. Sorry, hiring freezes are in full effect in a lot of companies. Yes, Hill Country Prepper, BlackRock owns everything and everyone for the most part. Naughty, thank you for the donation. Uh, I don't know. I don't think we should be. Listen, if the United States gets divided for whatever reason and leads to civil war, and then civil war leads to separation of the United States, that would be bad because one of those states, if you will, if it got broken up into four or two, one of them would sell out to the Chinese and the Russians, and then we would have a mini invasion, if you will, and that could lead to worse things down the road. But that's a discussion. That's a different discussion for a different day. So Microsoft is laying off about 900 and something people. Meta, Twitter, and Snap already announced job cuts, and they slowed or have implemented a hiring freeze. Sorry, hiring freeze. So they froze hiring for now. This recession can last a couple of years, so that's the problem. And I'm going to get into the whole food thing in a little bit. Tesla is already cutting jobs, and they also have a hiring freeze going on. Um, like I said before, guys, the two largest banks, uh, investor confidence in Credit Suisse has plummeted. The bank stocks, now this is Credit Suisse Bank, their stock has fallen 90% from its all-time high and 50% over the last year. This is Suisse Bank. Deutsche Bank is facing similar difficulties, although not quite the same extent. Its stock price more has fallen more than 40% over the last years. The bank has also been plagued with legal issues, misleading investors, tax fraud, rate rigging, sorry, and money laundering. This is Deutsche Bank. Sue's credit has went down the same thing with a lot of um, a lot of these same legal issues that they're having as well. Sue's Credit is one of the largest banks in the world. They have 1.5 trillion in assets under management. These two banks collapse, guys. A lot of people, there are two schools of thought. One school of thought, if these two banks collapse, the financial system around the world is going to collapse. The other school of thought is if these two fail, they will be bailed out, right? Like every other fucking bank in the world. Hill Country Prepper, yes, we should be stockpiling bartering items. Stockpiling barter items. Yes, we should. Absolutely. I mean, again, I collect whiskey, right? I mean, first of all, I drink it, but I also use that. I'm going to use that as a bartering item. As of right now, I don't have ammo because I don't have a reason to have ammo because I live in New Yorkistan. But when I start buying firearms, I will then look into ammo. And I know ammo is super expensive now. Mo Prepper, yes, I saw what was going on in the UK today. Very interesting. We'll talk about that later tonight. Coffee's good to barter, especially if you keep coffee beans. What is it, frozen? If you don't have them ground up, they'll last a lot longer. But I'm pretty sure people will drink stale coffee, though I'm not sure that's a thing. Coffee snobs said it's a thing, so whatever. Naughty, yeah. I mean, I don't have that many, but what I am buying is those smaller bottles to pour the liquor in, so I can barter that off, right? So make one whiskey bottle into like 10 smaller bottles, and then I have bartering uh, money or more bartering money instead of just one bottle. So you can always take the liquor bottle, whatever it is, whiskey, vodka, rum, and pour it in the smaller bottles. Now that one bottle is now 10 to 12 smaller bottles that you can absolutely trade, and it the smaller bottles are going to go. You're going to get more with the smaller bottles than you will with one big bottle. One big bottle might get you one or two things, but smaller bottles might get you that one or two things just using one small bottle. Hopefully that made sense. So, guys, they're talking about the best way to prepare for the inflation, right, or the recession. Sorry. Now, as preppers, we're preparing for a recession in a different manner. We're stocking more food away so that that's less trips to the supermarket, and hopefully, a lot of the food that we're buying will suffice. Now, even during the recession, I think some of us are going to continue to buy food at the supermarket until it's unaffordable, and then we'll turn to our preps. We could be doing that as well. But Susie Orman, of course, the financial guru, says, and I love how they make this statement. She recommends putting 12 months away, 12-month emergency fund. So build a 12-month emergency fund out of what? Right? I mean, like a lot of people, most people live check to check. So trying to put together a 12-month emergency fund, it's almost impossible for a lot of people. Now, rich people, on the other hand, that's not a problem. They probably have that. But if you are like us that live check to check, I don't live check to check anymore, by the way, but I used to. Um, it's harder. It's harder to get there. But while we still can, I think we should also put money away. Yes, Anne Marie. I actually, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have whiskey bottles in there that have been sitting there for months. Probably about a year. I have two that have been sitting in the kitchen for over a year. I try to keep them cool, obviously, but it's whiskey, so it's not that. It's not like wine where you have to keep it cool. But yeah, I don't drink it that much. I sip it from time to time. Yeah, Tesla cars are pretty shitty, and they're listen. Tesla cars are having their own problem, but that's a different road to go down. So Alexandra the Great says she's got 12-month emergency funds stored away. We have 12 months, what you call it, stored away as well, but not everybody can do it. So you're gonna a lot of people, guys, especially preppers or anybody watching this, you're gonna have to do it in your own way, and our own way is through way of money of sorry food, right? Food and items we can trade with. That's how we're gonna get by. Obviously, you can't trade food and bartering items to your landlord, so you're gonna have to also put money away, at least the very least for your rent and you might have to cut your power if things get that bad. But anyway, so that's one of the ways that they're talking about. They also said if you're going to put money away, put it in a high yield savings account. This is you're going to make interest on the money, but you're not going to lose anything should the fucking stock market take a shit. So, Florida Patriot 0321. Yeah, I listen. I don't know why people are expecting any less out of the guy. It is what it is. I will refer to him moving forward as the communist prepper because that's all the guy is to me at this point. Is a fucking communist. And granted that Canada has a fucking pretty much a communistic leadership up there. That dude is definitely a fucking commie if I've ever seen one. Anyway, food shortage next year, guys. This is where it Let's Talk Prepping said, I'm buying canned meat, but they are trying to stop us from eating it. Yeah, they're trying to stop us from eating it. And I can also guarantee you guys within the next, I don't know, few months, you're going to start seeing even the canned meats have bacteria in them. And oh, God, these stock numbers, 85398, you're going to have to fucking, put it away. A food storage. You're a fat ass angry pepper. A food storage would actually be good for you. I have a food storage, dummy. I don't get that. And speak English on this channel. This channel is for people who speak English, not people who are jibber jabbering, whatever the fuck you're doing. But anyway, yes, Lynn, can you own meat? That's the best way to go, guys. You cannot go wrong canning your own meat unless you can it wrong and then you fuck that up and give yourself botulism or some shit, or it just goes bad on you. But whatever, fat ass fat kids. But anyway, guys, food shortage. So for next year, we might start seeing food. We might start seeing less food on the shelves. Less food on the shelves. And why? Well, first of all, fertilizer costs. Fertilizer costs has been going down ever so slightly. It's been going down, but it's still higher than it was a year ago, right? So fertilizer costs, for example, fertilizer cost for corn was $170 an acre. That was in 2021. 2022, fertilizer costs for corn increased to $247. That's a 41% increase. Right? Now, keep in mind, that's now. A year ago, it was a lot lower. And even though it is dropping, it's dropping ever so slightly. Right? You also have soybean, which I don't know why anybody would eat the soybean here in the United States, especially. Soybean per acre was $85, and it went up to $110. So that's a 29% increase. Then you also have diesel fuel. Diesel fuel is still up $2 from last year, averaging out this year at $5.16. So keep in mind, it was around the $3 range about a year ago. Diesel fuel will stay elevated and might go up, especially for next year. Shit, I thought I almost dropped my water. Oh, shit, I dropped my water. So, global corn inventories, guys, global. Now, this is globally, all over the world. Global corn inventories are at a 12-year low, which might get worse next year. Right now, this will be down to an 80-day consumption. So, 80 days of corn at any given time is around, if you will, or being harvested. Sorry, it's not harvest yet, but will be harvest. It will be about 80 days of consumption. This is bad when you're talking about the 45 countries that are going to have food problems and the 10 that are going to be asking for emergency food assistance. So keep that in the back of your head. Global wheat, guys, is at a 9-year low, and so is U.S. soy is at a 9-year low. Lower yields of these grains, guys, will have consequences for dairy farmers and livestock farmers, right? Because a lot of livestock farmers and dairy farmers feed grains to their chicken and their cows. No one eats horses here, right? You know that they eat horses in Iceland? That's some fucked up shit. But anyway, I'll get to that in a little bit. Droughts, heat waves, flooding, guys. have added and played a role into the yield of grains. So less grains across the board are going to be yield. And corn is down 8% and soy is down 3%. That's globally. Um, Again, we are undoubtedly going to see Ethiopia and Somalia all over again. Mobutu, you're gonna see him on a fucking TV screen somewhere with his bloated belly and fucking a fly on his eye, and he's so weak he can't even blink the fly off his eye. Right? So we're gonna be seeing that. And nations like the United States and United Kingdom and even Russia for that matter, Canada as well, these are countries that are going to be giving food to countries that are going to be asking for help very soon. We shall see how bad this food crisis is going to get for that country. But according to the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and Food Agricultural Organization, FAO, uh, food insecurity is at an all time high now, with 1.3 billion people uh, have in food insecurity, sorry, or don't have food, sorry. And that's 10%. That's up 10% from last year. So the worst food crisis, guys, globally we had was in 2008. Now we're in 2022. We have 1.3 billion people that have food insecurity or don't have the means to always get food. So they might get food here and there, but they might not be. They're gonna go a lot of nights hungry. Let's put it like that. Um, they say 354 million people are in danger of going into starvation or starving to death, rather. Sorry. Paul F. Yes, I will be doing. Hopefully, I'll be doing another one with Bear Independent and NY Prepper. Um, Actually, I got to talk to Bear Independent after the live stream, or rather, text them after the live stream. But with that, guys, 45 countries are going to need help, and they're going to need external food assistance. So obviously, they won't be able to make the food. We're going to have to make it. We're going to have to send it to them. I think it'll be us and a couple other countries. The 45 countries, guys, 33 are in Africa, 9 in Asia, 2 in Latin America, 1 in Europe. I don't know what the one in Europe is. I wish I would have fucking known which one it was. Sounds more like Ukraine, but anyway, 10 of those countries, guys, will be asking for emergency food assistance. So out of the 45, 10 are going to need help. Well, Kitty, you said they laugh and scoff at you. That's on them. And yardbirds, yes. I know that the world population doubled. I didn't know it was 50 years though. In the last 50 years, that makes sense. Doubled, yeah. And that's the crazy shit. World population keeps going up. If this food thing becomes a real problem for these 10 countries I'm about to name, that's probably going to put a dent in the birthing rate, if you will, over the next couple of years. So, listen, everything, and I hate to say this because it sounds like a fucking callous statement, but everything balances out, right? And unfortunately, this is the balance, and this is the road to the balance that we are headed in. Is this balance or imbalance, if you will, man made? Probably is. But the 10 countries that will be asking for emergency food assistance, guys, are Afghanistan, Algeria, Egypt, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Somalia, South Sudan, and Sudan, Sri Lanka, and Tunisia. These are the countries, guys, that will face catastrophic food crisis in the next year or so. A lot of the reports seem to say next year. We shall see. Um, a lot of countries like India are already shipping more food to these countries so they don't get into that starvation zone. But who knows? A lot of these countries have too many people to begin with, like every other country, India, China, hell, maybe even here in the United States, we just have too many fucking people. But India and China are definitely the lead in too many fucking people on this planet. Food inflation, guys, in 2021 was due to logistical problems. Food inflation and problems in 2023 will be due to production issues, i.e., fertilizer and fuel costs being too high, Also, labor in those areas are very, very low. So people are going to see a big problem as far as trying to get the produce and slaughter the meat and get it delivered in a timely fashion before it goes bad. Donates. Foundation to donate for that. Naughty Heathen Survival. I'll have to look into that, but that's a good question. I will look into that. Listen, fucking 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, when you see the white lady, the fat white lady, Sally, whatever her name is, or the fat bearded white dude coming on the screen going, "Hey guys, this is Mobutu. He needs food," and then he points to the little African kid on the floor playing in fucking mud. Mobutu needs you to feed him and his family. If you see that commercial, that's probably the people you can follow. That'll work, you know. And then the fat lady comes across the sea, and we can also give them lollipops with every donation that you give out, or some shit like that. You know how that rolls. So that'll probably be one of the things. But I will look into uh, companies and what you call it that's going to take monetary donations to turn it into money. So we shall see. Oh, I want to start making butter, or I want to start making ghee myself, Debbie. Definitely. But yeah. So food shortage looks like it's yeah, high flyer. Yeah, she's probably is taking the money, or she's eating the little African kids. Sally Struthers. Yes, that's her name. That's the white lady that eats the little African kids. Because every time you see her, it's like she was thin when she started doing those commercials. Then she got really big, and those kids looked like they went missing. Mobutu wasn't there anymore when she later came back to do another commercial to fatten her pockets or fatten her stomach, however you want to look at it. Grace Johnston. China is buying a lot of U.S. acres, but China is buying a lot of acres all over the world. So it's not just here in the United States. They're up to some bullshit buying land all over the place. Yeah, she was a TV star in the 80s. Yes. What TV show was that, by the way? I can't remember the TV show. Whatever, doesn't matter. She's fucking eating little African kids and taking the fucking money and running. But Sally is a brave woman. Is she a brave woman? I'd like to know why. But anyway, all charities like cancer research become greedy scams. Bubble World, yes, a lot of charities have, not all. I wouldn't say all, but I would definitely say a large percentage of them. I would definitely say a large percentage of those. Yeah, listen, they're like, oh, I need to make a living. I got to take X, Y, and Z money. But when you look at certain charity donations or charity organizations that where the guy who's working it or running it rather, sorry, has a job and that's his like his second job, if you will, to keep that going. That's one of the organizations you could trust because he's already getting paid, and a lot of the times they don't take shit from those from their own charities. So yes, she was on Three Company. Thank you. That's who it was. Three's Companies. Eating little fat ass fat kids. All right, guys, if you don't mind doing me the favor, uh, hit the like button or the thumbs down, whatever the fuck floats your boat. I can care less. Just helps out with the algorithm. I was watching a YouTube video today on how to, like, boost your videos and how to get more views, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like the new rules they have for YouTube, it's fucking blows. And one of the things I stopped doing years ago, and they were saying it's useless to do. I thought it was useless to do from the beginning. No, not Three's Companies. So what show was she on? Susan Summers was on, yes, Three Company, but I thought they replaced her Susan Summers with somebody else, and I thought it was Sally Struthers. Whatever. A fucking '80s white lady. That narrows it down. Probably doesn't, but whatever. Probably have ripped off all the Africans. Not Three Companies. All in the Family. Was that her? All in the Family. Yes, that's her. Thank you guys for the correction. Not Three's Company, All in the Family. You know the crazy shit about it? I'm gonna get it in the comment section. People are like, "All in the Family, you idiot." I don't fucking know. They all looked alike when I was a fucking kid. Fucking Susan Summers, Sally Struthers, it was all a blur. All '80s women had the same haircut and had the same fucking voice, blonde hair, annoying voice, on TV shows pushing bullshit exercise machines or trying to feed African kids. Meathead was her husband. Gloria. Yeah, that's right. All in the family, Archie Bunker. Her husband's meathead. Don't feed him. So anyway, uh, and now the All in the Family comments. He was all in the family, you idiot. All in the family. Yes, son of a bitch. So, guys, what are we going to do to prepare for this food shortage? Well, like I said earlier, we're just going to continue to do what we do until we can't do it anymore. Keep putting food away. Don't stop. Don't, listen, for a lot of Americans, this is going to get bad. For a lot of people around the world, this is going to get incredibly bad. It's going to get outrageously bad. Um, and at one point, guys, we cannot worry about the other countries. We really can't. That's not for us to be concerned with. We have to worry about ourselves, and we have to worry about the Americans that live here. Bad enough, New York is probably going to be faced with a financial crisis because of the whole. Now, to be fair, before this whole illegal immigrant problem, New York City had its issues financially. That situation with the illegal immigrants compounded shit, and we're looking at seeing some bad cuts in the next few years, of not the next few months, especially if the inflation gets way out of control. But so that being said, guys, we're absolutely going to have to fucking figure out a way how to keep ourselves fed and how to look for deals. That's the other thing. Like right now, guys, we should all be, if you're going to the supermarkets and you're getting canned goods, you should be looking for nothing but deals. Trying to save as much money as you possibly can, and trying to get as much as you can for the sales that you see in these supermarkets. So you definitely have to you should start doing that, and be careful of the bullshit, because I think we're going to start seeing more bad meat in the next fucking couple of years. What's worse, email spam or spam? I'd rather deal with. All right, Hill Country Prepper, man. Thank you for joining me tonight. Appreciate it. Oh, I try to catch these fucking things that flying by, and it's funny. Some nights I don't put it on because I'm like, not a lot of people watching. And other nights I get people watching. The shit's flying by like it is tonight. Fuck. Anyway, so again, guys, tonight on the Angry Truth, we're going to talk about the troubles in the UK. Also, we're going to talk about. I'm a little confused about this because I read two separate articles about the CDC and making the arm ticket part of the kids' immunization. Now, the CDC said that they can't do it, but an article by Epoch Times said that came out later today said that they're considering it. So I don't know which is what, but we'll definitely talk about that a little bit later tonight. The CDC making the arm ticket for immunization. I think that's fucking bad. Because why is it bad? Well, we all know why it's bad, guys. The CDC is fucking full of shit. The arm ticket hasn't worked since it was fucking created. I remember telling people it doesn't work, and you know what people are saying to me now, guys? What people are saying to me today, or rather in the last few weeks, they're like, I shouldn't have taken it. You're right, it doesn't work. Now listen, I'm a very simple man. Very simple. I understand the basics of a lot of shit. I am not a scientist, but I could tell you that the arm ticket wasn't going to work because it was rushed. Right? And so, with that being said, guys, for a lot of us who said, it's no good, I'm not taking it, I don't want it, it's not for me, we were all right. Right? So, again, um, people are now having a lot of regrets taking it because one person I was talking to the other day, oh no, somebody on here says after they took it, they've been having fucking headaches every day. My son's mother, she took it because she had to, and she's been having bad headaches every day. To be fair, she's also stressed out, but that's a different fucking conversation. But I told her not to take it, and now here she is. Whenever she gets a chance, she's complaining about it. And I sort of feel sorry for her, but not really, you know. But whatever. When it comes to that, when it comes to the arm ticket, because it pisses me off that we told a lot of people not to take it. This is not good. Let's see where this go. Give it a year or two, and then it wasn't even a year, and we started seeing fucking problems with it, right? And yes, some of you just said it. We're watching a lot of young people pass away all of a sudden. So anyway, we'll talk about the immunization thing later tonight. So also, I also wanted to talk about the mother of all earthquakes. Now, some of you watched the Wednesday midweek report, and you heard me talk about oarfish, right? And how oarfish are resurfacing, were surfacing or coming to the surface off the coast of Mexico. Now, oarfish, they hang out in like deep depths. I think like 25 or 5,000 feet or 10,000 feet or whatever it is, or 25,000 feet. Forgot what it was. They hang out pretty deep. Where they hang out, there's no light. Star Fury said I had to take it because I needed my job. Listen, not the here's the thing, Star Fury. It's it's a double edged sword. That's a double edged sword because there are people who have taken it and now they're dead. Um, and people said took it for the same reason. People took it for I needed my job. I needed to take this. But what good is your job if you died from it? And now your family is without you and your job, right? So there is that. But I know a lot of people were in a jam. Some people couldn't do what I did. Some people cannot walk away from their job. If you are the only sole provider, that's a little hard to do. And I get that. But for people who weren't in that boat, who could have walked away, and we're talking that shit, I'm walking away if this happens. And then when the shit got real, they didn't walk away. Yardbirds, I believe that. I believe some people got the placebo. I'm starting to believe that more, rather. Sorry. But yeah. Listen, guys, it is what it is, and I'm not trying to make anybody who took it feel bad. Not at all. Um, the only people I try to make feel bad are the assholes who took it and still believe it works. But for those of you that took it and realized, shit, or shit, I fucked up. Yeah. So anyway, sorry. Now okay, Kathleen Thompson, thank you for bringing me back on track. Appreciate it. The oarfish guys are it's just a fish that resurfaced off the coast of Mexico. Mexico. Now here's the myth with oarfish. The myth with oarfish guys is that when this fish starts to surface or come close to the surface, that means that there's an earthquake or a big major earthquake happening soon. All right. So these oarfish popped up over in Japan 2 years prior, and from 2 years to the day it happened, oarfish were repeatedly popping up in Japan, off the coast of Japan, and people were seeing these things, and they were saying the same thing: the omen is coming because the oarfish is surfacing and they're being caught in our fishing net. Um, Lynn Simmons, sorry to hear that. And listen, if you had to take it because they weren't going to treat you, that's a different story too. That's a different story altogether. But I'm not going to say it. Sorry to hear that. But anyway, so with that being said, guys, that's one thing, right? So we got the oarfish um, popping up. Then I've noticed on Google, if you have Google on your phone, you go into the app, it shows you like all the stories that are going on, the high trending stories. Um, you go into that, guys, and I kept seeing earthquake hitting San Francisco and what would happen if the mother of all earthquakes hit San Francisco. Now I'm going to do a video on the mother of all earthquakes and what San Francisco, I'm sorry, not San Francisco, LA County would look like if the mother of all earthquakes hit California. If not, all of California would be destroyed, right? The mother of all earthquake they're talking about is anything over a 9, a 9 point or a 10. And if it's a 10, we'll feel it over here in New York City. So I've been seeing those articles pop up about the big earthquake happening, if it's going to happen, how it might not happen. And then I get an email from a subscriber who emails me something that I saw and I disregarded, but he pointed to something in the email, which was from Chevy and OnStar about preparing for an earthquake in your car. And how can OnStar help you when you are in an earthquake? Now, OnStar is pretty cool. I haven't bought it yet. I'm probably only going to buy it when I go on long road trips. Star Fury, snow crabs are gone. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, or email me? One of the two. Um, yeah, but please elaborate on that. So yes, guys. So now you have Oarfish popping up. You have Chevy OnStar talking about earthquakes. You have people talking about earthquakes hitting Los Angeles, or rather California as a whole. Um, and then you also have people coincidentally leaving California because of the bullshit that's going on there. So I just find it interesting. Now, supposedly, I read a couple of articles, and I wish you guys would stop with this cryptic message. You guys are like, no snow crabs, they're just gone. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? They canceled snow crabs this season. Why did they cancel snow crabs? All right, someone's gonna have to email me, because that's the first I've heard of it. And then Hudson Valley, bro, the guys again with the fucking crabs are gone. They vanished. Canceled. Alaska canceled the crab fishing season. Oh, they okay. Thank you, Angry Homesteader too. She goes, they stopped crabbing because they are a low count. There you go. That's called explaining, guys. That's what it looks like. Looks like this. Looks like that. That's how you explain it. Yes, they stopped crabbing because they're a low count. Not these ominous messages you guys are leaving. 1 billion crabs gone. Where did they go? They go on vacation? You know? Sent a video thumbnail about crab go. Seen a video thumbnail about crab. Whatever. Okay. All right. Get it. So that's crabs. The crabs are gone. Low count, Jason. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And then to boot, yes, because no crabs. All right. Whatever. Fucking guys. Crabs got COVID and left. They probably got vaccinated. They're gone. Crabs ate spam and died. Haven't had crab legs for years, anyhow. They went over to Russian waters. Probably. Having crabs is fun. Interesting. So, yeah, so two. All right, good. Okay, so it was a low count. Crab stock down 90%. Wow. And then, of course, Becky puts low sperm count. Okay. Snow. All right, so I get it. Very good. Probably the same fish dying in lakes due to the government poison on lakes. Or what if the snow crabs left because of, like someone said, a polar shift? Communist prepper scared them away. Probably so. Probably so. So, guys, um, a big earthquake, right? The mother of all earthquakes would absolutely lead to a financial crash. I'm pretty sure for the world, uh, being that a lot of the hedge fund companies, the big hedge fund companies, are in California as well. Now, the major and the heavy hitters are here in New York. But we have hedge fund companies out in California. We also have big tech companies, Google, Apple, whoever I can't think of, also in California. Those companies would cease to exist. They would be gone if there was the mother of all earthquakes. Now, do I necessarily think there's going to be a mother of all earthquake? No. Is there going to be a major earthquake that's going to set things back for California? Absolutely. California is already running amok now. Imagine if they have a big earthquake there. Forget it, man. They're definitely going to talk about escape from New York. It's going to be escape from fucking California, or escape from LA, rather. It's going to get bad. But yeah, I have plenty of crabs. Who needs? Yuck. Paula Dean said 24 days until no diesel in the United States. Um, yeah, I call bullshit on that too because they said that 3 months ago, no, 5 months ago, 3 months we were going to be out of fuel. Period. And here we are. We have fuel. Um, Diesel fuel, I really can't. Again, the person to ask will be Hill Country Prepper. That's his wheelhouse. So he will be able to tell you a definite answer. And he jumped off of here. So if I get a chance, I'll email him about diesel fuel being out. But he's saying that there's no shortage, and he hasn't seen a shortage. So we shall see what that looks like. The new Madrid fall. Listen, that's the other one. If that goes, that's gonna, and even if that goes at a 5 or 6, that's gonna do a lot of damage down there because a lot of those buildings, homes, are not built for that. So, and a lot of roads are gonna crack. The major throughway or bridge is the main travelway is a bridge that'll probably collapse. Bubble World. A lot of people thought California would be underwater by now. They lied to us. That's what they did. They are like, Escape from Babylon. He probably does. He probably has his finger on the pulse because, he knows everything. So, guys, what are we preparing for? Listen, the earthquake thing, I'm just saying take note. Orfish, all of these notifications about earthquakes now. OnStar with the earthquake, I thought that was a little strange. The Orfish, if there is an earthquake in the next couple of years, a big one, then there might be some truth to it. But as of right now, it's like a myth, like an urban legend kind of deal. So we shall see. Again, though, Japan was seeing them for 2 years out of nowhere, and then they stopped after the earthquake. They haven't seen one since. So, from what I've read, they haven't seen one since. Deets, no. If is California bad, really a bad thing? Probably not. Maybe that some of my subscribers are from there, so it'll be bad for them. But I don't know. We are definitely between a rock and a hard place right now in this country. And it's only going to get bad. It's only going to get worse. Carl, only one could wish our taxes would go down. Yeah, but anyway, guys, with that, get ready for the food shortage. Get ready for the BS that's headed this way. I know that a lot of people are saying that the elections is right around the corner. We're going to see some shit. I don't think we're going to see anything bad. We're going to see something interesting. I don't think we're going to see anything bad. Um, the 2024 election is more of a concern. Depends on who runs. And Trump throwing his hat in the ring, he's not going to win. He's not going to win this time around. Who the fuck was it? Little skinny white Republican was like, the Republican nomination will not go to Trump under no circumstances. He already called it. So I can't see Trump winning unless Trump runs under independent or some shit. I don't know. Uh, Dan. No, so Russia was not trying to set off a nuke. They were running a drill. Them and NATO were running a drill. NATO was running the drill, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, and Russia was supposed to be today. It was just a drill on a nuclear attack. Again, now they're running drills on nuclear attacks. Who sees? Let's see where this goes. But again, it was a drill. Adriana, why is Trump not going to win? Well, because there's a lot of people who would have voted for him who don't want to vote for him because of the whole J6 thing. And I'm not blaming him for that at all. But the Republicans don't want him to run. They didn't want him to run the first time, and he had some backing. The backing that he had is gone. He doesn't have anyone backing him now. He pissed off a lot of people in the Republican Party. On his way out, coming in, he bumped heads. On his way out, he bumped heads. I cannot see him winning for 2024. I really can't. To boot, shit like, restricting the Second Amendment after saying he wasn't going to do it, pushing the arm ticket out with his warp speed bullshit, telling people that Klaus Schwab is doing a great job with the World Economic Forum. And people that know this, they're not voting for him. I'm not voting for him. Not after hearing that. The Second Amendment thing, I'm like, all right, he was put between a rock and a hard place. Okay. Operation Warp Speed, all right, again, he was putting a rock in a hard place. Going out of your way to say Klaus Schwab is doing a great job, no dice. Because that means you are absolutely in on this whole World Economic Forum shit. So who the fuck do we vote for? Yeah, Terry, I don't think he will because he would have announced it already. But Alex says Zelensky 2024. Imagine. Why not at this fucking point? It's a fucking clown show over here. Bubble World, yeah, you're right. Who cares what they want? But if he doesn't have any backings or any friends, he can't get voted in. He's gonna have to go to another party. And what party would take him? The guy's radioactive, guys. I don't know why people don't understand this. He is radioactive. Nobody, and I'm not. Listen, I'm not gonna vote for him for what he said. Though, if they put my back against the wall and it's Kamala Harris or him, obviously I'm gonna throw my vote his way. Obviously, um, but when you piss off the masses, guys, you are not going to get the votes you want. It's that simple. It's that there's no it's not science. This is not fucking rocket science, rather. Sorry. He is just not. He burned his bridges with a lot of Americans. He burned his bridges with a lot of politicians. So I can't see anybody wanting to back the guy up. Him throwing his support behind people, I can see him doing that all day. But three strikes, guys. Operation Warp Speed, Klaus Schwab, and fucking I forgot the third one. Those are three strikes for me. You know, so the restricting of the bump stock, whatever it was, and tightening down the Second Amendment after he said he wasn't going to do it. So again, you will vote for spam. Yes, if it's Trump versus spam, I will absolutely vote for him. Dietz, Watson, Trump was not our last hope. Listen, how could Trump be our last hope again if he was pushing the arm ticket? How could he? How could a guy who voted for, who thinks Klaus Schwab is doing a great job and loves fucking Putin so much, how is that a leader for this country? You know, I mean, again, it's fucking strike after strike after strike, man. The guy only had fucking three with me. I gave him four. Then he like the whole thing with Putin doing a great job in the Ukraine or doing a great job with the war in the Ukraine. That was fucking strike number four, actually. I would probably vote for Rosie O'Donnell. Probably. He most definitely has my vote. Trump is a shyster. Dan Phillips, Trump will not win the Republican primary. Absolutely not. You guys are not paying attention out there, and I'm listening. And I'm not listening to mainstream media. Fuck mainstream media. Mainstream media sits there and says that Biden's gonna fucking beat out Trump. I'm like, what fucking world? But Biden might not be running again. I know he said he was, but I don't think he's going to run again. He can't. So who is gonna throw their hat in the ring? I don't know. Trump ran it like a business. Bubble World, he didn't mandate it, he pushed it. He pushed Operation Warp Speed. Remember when he pushed Operation Warp Speed and Democrats were saying, I'm not taking that. I don't trust that shot. Not if he's pushing it. Remember all of that bullshit? Now all of a sudden, Biden got in the office and they were like, oh, I'm going to take it now. So again, the political realm is bullshit. It's all bullshit. But I can't sit there and throw my vote behind. Now, again, guys, if my back's against the wall and I have to vote for him, then I will. But as of right now, if any other Republican throws their hat in the ring, I'm going to vote for them. If Trump runs, and that's the other thing, guys. If Trump runs, all of the bullshit that they're going to try to come out with him, they're gonna distract the shit out of this election, and it's going to be another fucking bought election. So, again, and for those of you that are arguing with me about what he said, just look it up online for yourself. I'm not going to sit here and hold your fucking hands. Carl Miller, I thought Joe Biden's approval rating was lower than that. I thought it was in the 30s. It's 40%. That's too fucking high. Trump and DeSantis was announced by Roger Stone on Alex Jones 2 months ago. Yeah, but nothing official came out. Randy, yes, he did not push it, but he still pushed the narrative of this thing was going to save us. And it came out of his mouth. So again, you guys are trying to split hairs. If somebody says, I created Operation Warp Speed to get the shot out to millions of Americans to save their lives, when we know that's not the truth, again, you guys are starting to split hairs now. You're like, he didn't say that. He said, no, he pushed it. Bottom line. How do you vote for somebody that pushed some shit that we all knew didn't work? Doesn't work. Sorry. Mona, sorry. I'd like to see DeSantis run, but I don't think DeSantis is going to run. I would love to see him run. I'd vote for him in a heartbeat, but I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to. He's going to run. Deets, the United States is not the United anymore. I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right. No, you're not probably right. You are right. Candace Owens running right now would be a better bet. Hell, fucking Elon Musk runs. I'd vote. Aaron, thank you. That was a lot better. Right, his approval rating I thought was 31, was in the 30s. You said 31%. That makes a lot of sense. TNT, yes. I don't think anybody as old as Biden should have ran for president. Now, listen, guys, there is one thing I have to admit about Trump running for president. I have to admit to this. If he does run, though I'm most likely not going to vote for him, I will wear a Trump 2024 t shirt just to piss off liberals. That is my mission in life right now. My mission in life is to piss off these New Yorkers. And that's what I would do. I would absolutely fucking wear a t shirt that says Trump 2024 just to break their balls. That's it. And then people will ask me, like you guys know, I'm probably not going to vote for him. But a liberal asks me if I'm voting for him. Yes, I am. If I could fucking, walk in and sign my name 8 times, I would fucking vote for him. Thanks, Mike. All right, very good. Elon Musk is an alien. That's a different story. I want to get into that. But prepared 357. Yeah, he says I'll buy one from you. Yeah, listen. I would absolutely wear a fucking Trump 2024 t-shirt or Trump and Ye 2024. That would be awesome. That would be some comical shit if fucking um, Kanye West ran with Trump. Man, Mike Lindell for president. I don't know. Mike Lindell strikes me as weird. Mike, I don't know. Something about Mike Lindell, I can't put my finger on, but I don't like him. I just don't. If and I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, if normally when I get that feeling about someone, there's something there. You know? But we shall see. Angry's ultra MAGA. Oh, I'm ultra MAGA when it comes to pissing off fucking liberals. Oh, that's that. Listen, guys, some of the t-shirts I wear, like the caffeine and hate, you should see the fucking look I get on the face of these people out here. They're like, oh my god, and hate. Why do you have to hate these fucking fake phonies out here? So anything that's going to fucking move the needle and piss these people off, I will wear in a heartbeat. That's just what it is. Fucking Trump 24 t-shirt or Trump and Kanye 2024. Oh my god, that would throw these people into a tizzy. They'd have a heart attack. That's what you do. They are all weird, creepy white dudes. Yeah, My Pillow is fucking weird. And you seen the commercial when he does the My Pillow commercial, the way he hugs it? It's a bit fucking creepy. You know? Yeah, over here, I hear you. Over here said, I'll just put it on the fucking screen. This is not a country I was willing to fight and die for. Illegal immigrants getting U.S. constitutional rights that we get in productive Americans, U.S. Armed Forces. He was U.S. Armed Forces. And he's right. Guys, here in New York, these people are getting fucking carte blanche. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. They're getting so much shit here in the United States, guys, here in New York, that the homeless shelter that's right down the road from the tent city, by the way, that there was no one at the tent city today. They said there was a few people there, a couple of men. I'm gonna try to go over there this weekend, and I'm gonna go over there either this weekend and see if I can take a look. Sorry, but yeah, guys. So yeah, the what you call it isn't stocked with people. There's no people there. There was a video footage I guess they had of some immigrants going in, but these people supposedly have PlayStations for the kids and shit like that. So it's a bit fucking weird, guys. Thank you for the donation. Ace, no, I didn't do it. I will talk about Building 7 because there's a lot of problems with what people are saying happened that didn't happen, and yada yada yada. Dietz Washington. Dietz Watson. What do you mean? Can you send that? Send what? Well, yeah, that's true. Yes, Jasper's mom is probably he's probably telling me it's 10 o'clock, dick face. You know, get off. Neighbor Bob, he's a black lab um, shepherd of some kind. We got him out of North Shore Animal League. It's a like a dog shelter, pound, not a pound, like a dog shelter, right? So we picked him out of a rescue center, one of those things. We came in, swooped in, saw him, was like, we want this one. It's been a fucking great dog ever since. Oh, yes. Yeah, Deets. All right, yeah, okay, that makes more sense. You support the fact that war is coming to the United States. War is definitely coming here. That's without a doubt. Anyway, guys, with that being said, I'm gonna go off now. Head over to the Angry Truth channel. I should be over there in a couple of minutes. Again, we are talking about the trouble in the UK and the arm ticket immunization by CDC. Now that they want our kids to take this shit or be part of immunization, it's going to be a problem. Kelly, what does that mean? Do you believe in black people being number nine? The hell does that mean? Being number nine. Being number nine. I don't get what that means. She says you aren't awake. Kelly, uh, type that shit to somebody else who gives a shit. I don't know. Or again, speak English. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys over at the Angry Truth. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the donations. And Mike, Northern Girl Hobbies, and Gene, thank you for doing what you guys did tonight. Aaron, yes, Angry Truth channel, not Truther, Angry Truth channel. Good night, guys.